it's Jen Ginty, and I'm just hold on a second. It sometimes does this where it's I'm not sure if it's actually working or not. There we go. Hi there. This is Jen Ginty. I'm a personal stylist, and my company is Defining the Style. And I'm here today on this wonderful community that Dawn has asked me to be a part of to talk to you guys about style and just give you some tips and pointers. And, today I think I'm going to go more into my philosophy of style. I call it Jen's Tao of Style. And I spoke about this earlier in the year as like an introduction to who I am and how I work with my clients on finding the style they feel most comfortable, confident, and empowered in. And those three words are very, very important to me because if you don't feel comfortable, you're not going to feel confident in yourself, and that's going to show to the world. And if it shows to the world, you're not going to feel that empowerment that comes from everyone else who's giving you that high five, that virtual high five right now, virtual especially high five, and you're doing it great, you're doing well. So it's all important to me to be comfortable in what you're wearing. Another thing that's very important to me, and I'll go back to the philosophy as I talk about it, but yesterday I was posting in my Instagram feed, which I do every day, and I like to give tips and tricks on each post as well, just because it's important for people to understand the psychology behind having the style that you feel most comfortable in. So yesterday I posted about being true to yourself. And I know that it's Shakespeare and Hamlet. And I think Polonius says it in it is to thine own self be true. And I take this very seriously because I believe that being true to yourself and your style is what's going to enlighten you in your style quest. Yeah, no, it is kind of like a quest. It's like a vision quest. I never really even thought about that, but here you go. I'll keep going with this. So, being true to yourself means that you're not following a uniform. And when I say uniform, there are those, uniforms in all of our lives that we don't even realize that we're following. For example, I'm a child of the 80s, so that just tells you one thing about where I'm coming from. You can only go up from there. And so back in the day when I was in college and getting ready to go, find a job, there was a uniform to find the job. And that uniform usually consisted of a suit. For women, it was a suit with a skirt, suit with pants, but it all came down to the same kind of thing. It was a regular suit, like pretty basic, because back then you really couldn't afford more than basic, and a nice shirt, maybe button down with a collar. And don't forget the plain old, heels or flats to go with that suit. Boring. Ugh. And, back in that day, it was shoulder pads as well. So great stuff. So uniforms, they follow us around in life. They follow us around without us unconsciously or us consciously knowing it because it's been ingrained in our society. For example, let's take that business suit thing. When we go to a conference or, like a professional conference, or we go to a meeting, a conference meeting with just a group of people. And, what's the first thing you think about when you're going into a meeting? You're thinking about who's going to be there and, what their personalities may be. That said, you also have to think about your own personality when it comes to going into a meeting. Do you really want to put on that uniform? Do you want to put on that suit with the button down and the flats or heels or whatever? Or do you want to show a little bit more about yourself, who you are? Like something that they can remember. when they see you, you want them to remember something of you when you walk into the room, something that they can take away. Maybe your personality, maybe, something like that. But most likely, they're going to remember how you dressed because it's the first thing they saw when you walk in the room. Again, that uniform. If you feel that your uniform is that business look, that full blown business look, then more power to you. But when you're getting dressed and you're feeling like, oh man, I got to get dressed up and, like waiters say, that penguin suit or whatever, I got to get dressed into a character, not so much yourself. You're getting dressed as somebody who you don't feel comfortable with. You don't feel comfortable in those clothes because they're not part of you. So going back in the day, uh, that was it. That was the norm, and like it was always this buttoned up. But as time has gone by, thank God, as time has gone by, and Silicon Valley popped up, and all these other, more casual environments popped up. People started to become a little less stuffy, let's put it out there, stuffy, and more casual in showing their own style. So, you see, you know, well, Steve Jobs kind of, he had his own thing. He had his uniform. His uniform was always wearing the black turtlenecks. But Bill Gates, he didn't, come out in a full blown suit like an IBM guy. He came out as the kid who created his, windows in his basement. And it meant something. It meant that you don't have to look a certain way to be confident, to be empowered. You don't have to wear a uniform to show that you are good at something, that you're experienced. So as time went by, and it's great, I got to see this all come to fruition because I'm old, somewhat old. And so as time has gone by and we've become more virtual, and right now we're 100% virtual, but as we've become more virtual, we've become a little bit more relaxed in what we wear. Jeans is no longer a Friday jeans casual day. Friday is a regular day these days. And it's a good feeling. Now there's these places that you have to, that I still, as an old school girl, still feel like you kind of have to wear that uniform. I mean, let's say, courthouses. I agree with that, you want to try to give your best and to respect the judge and respect the position. So, I mean, there are those times where you do need to have that backup. But still, you can still show yourself. You can still show your personality even in those situations through accessories and your hairstyle, all that kind of thing. But now it's become a lot easier for us to be more comfortable with ourselves and with our community and with the people that we work with. Mainly because we're throwing out the style book, which is number 3 on my tenet of Tao of Style, is throw out the book. There is no style book. If you love something, you want to wear it, you feel great in it, do it. It's your body, it's your life, it's your personality, and it's what you want to show to the world. So, no more rule books, no more uniforms. I'll go back to the topic of uniforms for just a minute. We still have our subconscious uniforms. So, one of the second tenet of my Tao of Style is to recognize who you are throughout the day. And with that, you get to see who you are and maybe what types of clothing you would be wearing throughout the day to feel comfortable and to move from one person to another, because we are different people throughout the day. For example, in the morning, I'm a mom who gets my kids to school when they go to school. And then maybe I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a stylist and I'm doing a live talk on Facebook. So there I am, a different person. And then, after that, maybe I'm going out to coffee with friends and with a mask on. And I'm a different person then. So noticing who you are throughout the day helps you to recognize what type of clothing is going to be the best style for you throughout that time. So, uniforms that we get stuck into. Uh, let's see. I would say the number one for me right now, for probably everyone during the pandemic, is the mom uniform. The mom who is running around all the time with her kids, bringing her different places, although that's not happening right now. It is a huge uniform. And it's a uniform I think that has rolled over into our quarantine, which is that leggings, t-shirt type of uniform, which can be of great use at certain times. But when you get stuck in that uniform, you stop taking care of yourself personally. You're out there taking care of everyone else, and you don't give yourself a little bit of time for some self care and do something for yourself, like pick out an outfit, a new outfit that, not even a new outfit, an outfit you had in your closet. You grab a pair of jeans and you grab a shirt that you thought you'd never wear together and try something new and different. Those 5 minutes, just the 5 minutes of getting yourself dressed, can make a world of difference in your emotional health. So, back to being true to yourself. So, you're going into a conference and you've got this great suit you want to wear. Maybe mix it up a little. You've got the suit hanging with the shirt under it and you got the shoes on the side. Well, let's mix it up a little. Let's do something crazy. Not so crazy to me, but may sound crazy to you. What about instead of wearing that button down shirt, maybe you grab yourself a t-shirt, maybe one that you really like. So yesterday I posted, I had a Fender t-shirt on underneath a blazer and a pair of jeans, which is a very business casual, but I amped it up a little because I put my Fender shirt underneath it. And that's who I am. I'm a rocker chick. I really am. I mean, it's just part of who I am. I float through rocker chick and boho throughout my style, and that's just pretty much where I fall. So instead of putting that button down on, grab yourself a t-shirt that you love. Maybe it has like a little print on it. Maybe it's like a cream shirt with like white little flowers on it. Do it. Put it on underneath. If that's your style, if that's one of your favorite tops, and you want to just say, okay, I'm a little more laid back than this suit I've got on here. Here we go. This is part of my personality. And then instead of, the regular flats, the plain black flats or whatever, put on a sandal. If it's the summer, put on a sandal. If it's the winter, put on a boot. Like put on a nasty boot, like one with a nice heel on it, and change up the uniform. Because I don't think life is very fun when you're stuck in one style that you need to wear all the time. And that's just because your mind has created this bubble of that's what it is. So, what I want you guys to do is I want you to reach outside of the bubble, the uniform bubble, and I want you to really look at your clothing and think about that outfit that you normally wear when you go to a business meeting and change it up. Don't go to that usual one. Just try something new. And I bet you at first you might feel a little intimidated and walking in wondering what other people are going to think. But honestly, we're over that. It's a new world in the style world. We don't have to stick to one particular look. to get what we need, because what we need is in ourselves, it's in our personalities. And that's what you're showing when you put on a little something different and show who you are as a person. If you guys have any questions or any comments, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments. If you want to talk more, please DM me. My page is Defining the Style, but you can always click on my name here and DM me with any questions or if you want to talk some more. So I hope you all have a wonderful August. It's my birthday month. I'm a Leo. And I don't know if you could tell. You can probably tell I'm a Leo. So have a wonderful month, and I will see you next month. Bye.